Coming to you live from the couch, Baby Huey and Chasta with Andrew W.K.
It's 107.7 The Bone, Baby Huey and Chasta here. Chasta, we're upstairs in our beautiful Levi's lounge, and we have a very important guest that we're super excited to be talking to.
We have on the couch with us the original party monster himself, Andrew W.K. What's up?
I'm very happy to be here in this very lovely room and very big couch, I guess, or deep. The couch goes deep.
It does go deep.
I'm a bit scared by it, so I'm trying to stay on the edge because it might swallow me whole.
Well, I'm worried about sitting too far back because I'll look like Jabba the Hutt or something like that. That's what I'm worried about.
And then I can't even touch the floor, so there's that.
But no, it's cool. I think it's something we could be doing on a regular game.
You're actually the first we've had on the couch.
You know.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the inaugural couch sitting.
I love it. Yeah. But hey, big weekend for you. First off, congrats. You're Not Alone. Your new album came out this past Friday.
Thank you.
And Chasta and I have been rocking to it all weekend.
I was texting you about it on Saturday. It's great.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much for taking the time to give it a listen.
What I loved about it was the talking, the spoken word tracks that I didn't know were there. And so I was just rocking out to it, and all of a sudden I get this very inspirational message, and I was like, hell yeah, I loved it.
Thank you for having an open mind about those. There are 3 motivational speeches on the album. They are very short.
Yeah.
I think that should be pointed out. These are not 10-minute long big proclamations. They're really just what I was telling myself while making the album. And I recorded those very, 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 very last minute. Actually, the most last minute they could be recorded in the mastering studio, which, if you're familiar with the album making process, you don't even record while you're mastering. Everything's supposed to be done by then.
Right.
Everything's supposed to be done by mixing. But we saved that to the very end, and I'm glad they made it on there, and I'm glad that you felt something from it.
The album cover, it's, I believe it's a painting, right?
That is correct, yes. It's a painting by 2 artists I consider, and many others consider, the reigning king and queen of fantasy art, Boris Vallejo and his wife, Julie Bell. And if you're familiar with the genre at all, or even just the art world, you've probably seen their work. They've done a lot of commercial work. They've done a lot of work in music. They've done a lot of work in comic books and science fiction, movie posters. To get to work with them, especially for an album cover, was a dream come true. But it's the kind of dream where I dared not even dream it because it seemed so impossible. And then destiny has a way of bringing these very unlikely events into your life, and no one's more excited and thankful than I am.
I love it because I felt really inspired by this album. I felt like I was listening to, I called it posy rock, like positive rock.
Well, thank you very much for finding that in there.
It's really the energy is so powerful and positive. Where do you get that positivity from? Where do you pull it from?
That's me trying to manifest how I wish I felt. And for me, music was always this instant, surefire, very reliable way that changed the way I felt for the better.
So one of my goals in life or rules in life is to act how you want to feel. So that's basically what you're doing.
Well, there you go. I mean, I suppose so. I mean, yeah, it doesn't always work for me, but having something to do that I feel like it matters, and it probably, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, but I have to sort of convince myself that it does, to have this sense of purpose.
Yeah.
And to hear that someone else gets something positive out of it actually does start to feel like, well, maybe there is something to this. Even again, if it's just you, just that you got something valuable out of this. Now, I give you a lot of credit for finding that in there. You have to give yourself credit whenever you go out in the world and you find inspiration, because the inspiration actually isn't in that thing. It's not in me. It's not in the music. It's not in the work. It's in you, and you're just identifying with the good feelings already in you around in the outside world.
Speaking of that positive outlook and all that stuff, you're like the one artist that myself, my dad, and my brother can all collectively come together and listen to you rock out and just have a good time. So case in point, last September when you came through San Francisco to Independent, I brought my dad, my brother.
Oh, wow.
It was a family night out. That was such a fun night. Just like my dad was like, we got up outside the stage, we were headbanging super hard, and I want to thank you for just always being like a fun outlet for my family to come together on.
That's very heartwarming. It's quite rare to find something that the various members of the family can rally around.
Yeah.
So that I take that to heart. Thank you very much.
What you did that really won me over, my dad, my brother, collectively, back in 2003, you're on the Vans Warped Tour.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you were doing autograph signing at one of the tents over there. And literally, Warped Tour was wrapping up, and security's like, let's go, people, please leave. And we're like, oh, we're not going to be able to talk to him. But you stood up, and you're like, I want to talk to every single one of you. You're going to follow me. Let's go out to the sidewalk. I want to say hi to everyone, meet everyone. But perfect timing. That's when my dad was coming to pick us up. And so he got to park the car, come across the street, and talk to you as well. So the three of us.
Show him the picture.
I have the photo here.
He's a young little lad. Look at that.
Wow.
I mean, you see.
Classic summer festival vibe in that
I know.
photo.
Right?
And then I forgot how we did this.
Oh, wow.
You jumped on my shoulders and we did a pose, my brother with the thumbs up. That was such an amazing moment, but so I can't thank you enough for just being an awesome person and doing that for us and
You are
making the
so
time
kind.
that day.
Thanks for remembering that. Thanks for keeping those photos. Thanks for staying out with me that day and now staying with me here all these years later and sticking with this. It's very powerful, and as much as I take your compliments to heart, and it's us, it's you too. It's everybody else that was there in that line. It was everybody at the festival that put it together and made it possible. It was everybody that in all these situations that comes together around this shared sense of desire for that good feeling.
So can we talk a little bit about the art of partying?
Okay.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. I told you already when we met that I have a 1.5-year-old.
Right.
But I'll be honest, I've lost a little bit of my party mojo since I became a mom because I'm just tired and busy. So can you give me some sort of inspiration on how I'm going to get my party back when I can?
Well, it's still there.
It is? It's still
there.
deep inside me
It
somewhere?
is. It's still there. It's mutated a bit. It's that children are natural born partiers.
For sure.
Yes.
They're coming from the source of partying. I mean, they've just emerged from that joyful, pure energy state that gives rise to human life, right?
Yes, yes.
That's just pure good vibes. So they don't even have to learn how to dance. They're teaching us how to dance,
Right?
They're
of
teaching us
course.
how to party. So being around that, serving a child's existence in those early years is one of the most noble forms of partying that an adult can do. To be there to give this child entry into the larger world, not just in the first moment of birth, but in the next coming years where they do depend 100%. And you have to turn all of yourself over and all of your party energy into serving their party.
Yes.
And making their life as party as possible. And that counts as partying too. So being a parent and what we might think of as not partying for a bit is actually partying on a higher level, a more advanced level than perhaps ever before.
Wow.
You're the most in tune with everything person I've ever known in my entire
know.
life. Like ever.
I don't know about that,
Drop the
but
mic.
I'm in tune with the party gods.
You are
it.
truly in tune with the party gods.
They're saying this stuff.
I was going to say, so the other thing I want to ask is, when I got to see you last year, it was really cool. You had your pizza guitar.
Yes.
And then also recently you have your taco guitar.
That is correct.
How did those two come together?
And tacos it's one of those beloved foods, especially, I guess, in the Americas. I was told over in England that people don't even know what a taco is sometimes. So if I brought that guitar, it might not register.
Okay.
They love pizza.
Yeah.
They know, I guess, maybe because Italy is
right.
on that side of the globe. So I'm trying to get that good joy feeling through music, through everything. And if I can get it through combining a guitar, which is one of the most joyful instruments, with a joyful food like pizza or tacos, I figure it's a win-win.
Well, I can't tell you how excited I am to get this answer from you of all people. Every rock star we've ever interviewed, we've asked the same question to.
Okay.
So my favorite film is Almost Famous. Not sure if you're familiar.
Yes, I think I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
About the Rolling Stone writer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the last frame of that film, the question is asked, and it's a very simple question in theory, but not so much. What do you love about music?
The way it makes you feel.
A lot of people have a hard time with it, but for you, it wasn't hard at all.
Oh, well, there's been no physical sensation that I've been able to experience as consistently and reliably as the good feelings I've gotten from music. Music can make it feel better to be alive.
Wow.
So that's what I like
That's why
about
we
it.
asked that question, because you get answers like that.
Oh, very
Fantastic.
kind of you.
Fantastic.
Well, Andrew, listen, this has really been an honor to talk to you. For Chasta and I mean,
Absolutely.
we grew up on you, and we're just so happy to see you're still going out there kicking ass, making new music. Go get the new album, You're Not Alone. It's out now. Listen, thank you again from
Thank
my
you both.
family,
So
from
much.
us. Thank you
Yes,
for everything.
you.
Thank you for your
It was
kindness.
an honor. You have a new fan in my son.
Yeah, keep them going.
I will.
Don't let the party die.
I will.